today's game. First for the visiting Prince George's Community College Owls, number 7, Annabelle Villatoro Garone. Number 8, Eric Hernandez. Number 9, Francis Alfonso. Number 10, Jonathan Diaz. Number 11, George Santa Cruz. Number 17, Jonathan Velasquez. Number 18, Nathan Boba. Number 21, Oliver Akinimba. Number 23, Samuel Reyes. Number 26, Eremitad Ayul. Number 28, Daniel Villatoro Ramos. The Owls are coached by Cedric Mansoray, assisted by James Capini and George Mansoray. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your CCBC Essex Knights. Number 3, Ethan Stewart. Number 8, Kazuma Ishizuka. Number 10, Kevin Osorio. Number 14, Mizuki Saika. Number 16, Sam Sese. Number 20, Ethan Hackenberg. Number 21, Caleb Markany. Number 22, Toga Katsuma. Number 28, Caleb Pritchett. Number 31, Evan Doughton. Number 33, Robin Chalzé. The Knights are coached by Joe Fiedler, assisted by Amar Abukar, Buck Stork, Nico Roros, and Co Crone. Ladies and gentlemen, here at CCBC Essex, we embody the spirit of sportsmanship because it's an important component of being a student athlete. We ask that you please refrain from the use of profanity and let all spectators remain positive in cheering for the favorite team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the castle here at CCBC Essex. Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth once again, and it is men's soccer action here under the lights. Though we've got a beautiful view in front of us of the night sky, a nice shade of red in the sky. Beautiful scene here as the game will be underway here momentarily. The Knights are 3-0 at home this season, 10-2 on the year, coming off a 2-game road trip. One of those games to New Jersey to face Mercer was a loss last Saturday, though the last matchup was a 4-1 victory on Tuesday against Frederick Community College. Coach Fiedler, I'm sure, happy to be back at the friendly confines of the castle. Coach Fiedler had this to say about the game against Frederick. They're a pretty good team, and they put us under a lot, and we just didn't wake up. I went at them at halftime, and they played very well in the second half, so that's all I can say, and that's all about he wanted to say, I'm sure, as well. He probably actually didn't want to say any of that. Coach Fiedler, I'm sure, looking for some improvements here against Prince George's Community College. The Owls in the light blue, starting with possession, moving it all the way back to the box. 10-2 on the season for the Knights. The Owls singing a different song so far. 3-4 on the year. 2.2 is their goals per game average coming into tonight's matchup. You look on the other side, that 5.9 goals per game average for the Knights. Something's got to give here if the Owls want to keep this competitive. What a throw-in. A little bit of something. Whole lot of nothing. Went over everybody's head. Took an unfriendly bounce for the Knights. And I don't know if that was an unfriendly bounce for the Owls or just really good defense at the midfield by a couple of white jerseys. Ball controlled initially, but a sandwich made out of that gentleman in the blue jersey. Possession right back to the Knights. Looking for space, finding it, connecting passes. Now the chip in towards the middle. Good head ball, not out of the danger zone just yet, though. And that's 2, maybe 3 deflections, and then, whoa, my. By accident or not, that brought me out of my seat. Another one of those moments. Little bit of something. Whole lot of nothing on the big board. Still 0-0. No shots on goal either. And there's a nice effort. Won't win the Owls possession for long. Jorge Santa Cruz, though. Nice ball pressure. Almost 3 minutes into this first half. Owls still looking for their first offensive opportunity. That last matchup on Tuesday against Frederick, the 4-1 victory for the Knights, was an amazing save in that game from freshman goalkeeper Robin Cholze. Potential save of the year. He had this to say after the game. Yes, I mean, he had a good strike. He was left-footed, and he tried it a couple times. I just tried to save it, and luckily for me, I got a hand on it. Level-headed. You got to be when you're a goalie. Understand, I'm sure he understands, it was a great save, but with every great save, there's a little bit of luck, and on display right here, offensive opportunity for the Owls. Deep in their offensive zone, connecting a few passes and just missing out on that one. A little bit too far out in front. Knights defense wasn't out of position, though. So the Owls were moving uphill. Eventually ran out of steam. And there's Robin. Quickly working that ball through the middle. Had 2 white jerseys there, but the blue one first to the ball. Keeping it in this offensive zone a little longer. It's a good run here over the last minute or so from Prince George's Community College. PG County Fighting Owls. There's a quick transition, defense to offense with some urgency. Ball in towards the middle, and what a save. He catches that cleanly. Daniel Villatoro Ramos. And the catch, so important on that save. If he doesn't catch that cleanly, it probably takes a bounce. And that net's wide open behind him. And your defender going to have the luxury of being the first to the ball, and if it doesn't work out for you, you got somebody to help out behind you. Nobody to help out here. Pritchett, one more pass, and oh my, there was somebody there to help out. Great recovery. Maybe one pass too many. Pritchett, sure, felt like he could have put one on. Good pass initially. There wasn't a blue jersey there until there was. Good corner, better punch. And Ramos with 2 back-to-back great saves. Maybe that initial kick on the corner didn't have goal scoring written on it, but the head ball that could have followed, maybe that did. Ramos wasn't leaving that to chance. Got a fist on it. Some excitement here in the last couple minutes. Some excitement here. Ho! And there's Ramos once again. A great effort climbing up the ladder to get ahead on that in the defense for the Owls. Effort and persistence get you mighty far in life. Toga Kasuma running down that loose ball, almost getting a goal-scoring opportunity for the Knights. And there is a whistle. Our first of the game. Playing freely there for about almost 10 minutes straight. As we are now under 40 minutes to play in the first half. An exciting first 5 minutes or so. Oh, through ball! 9 holes open. Long shot! Oh, just wide. Maybe Ramos got a finger on it. We were talking about earlier, with every great save, there's just a little bit of luck, and there was certainly a little bit of luck on that long pass. Defense was there, and then it bounced right through the legs. Another corner kick, this one from the near sideline. Hands up, ball will follow. Good strike again. Oh, off the forehead. Great effort. Back on the merry-go-round. Couple of nice moves. Another one. The pass. And we'll get another corner. Who was that? Hackenberg, maybe, I think. I see the 2 on the back of the jersey. Either him or Caleb Marcani. Oh, that was Hackenberg. A great effort. Got around 2, maybe even 3 blue jerseys. Oh, there's another great effort on both sides, and finally the Owls clear it out of the danger zone. And they'll take a moment to steady that beating heart. A couple of really good looks for the Knights, but we are still scoreless. Oh, he splits the defense. One more move. Shot with the left foot off the post, and the finish. Oh, my! Put that on a highlight tape. That was special. Around 3 defenders with the left foot. Gets the shot off the post. Ramos just misses it, and I don't know who came in for the finish. Wow, blink and you missed it. The excitement really picking up here as we hit the 35-minute mark. What a first goal of the game. And Toga Kasuma won't get credit for the goal, but he certainly will get a lot of thank yous from his teammates. Great effort. Owls trying to quickly answer back. Leaving themselves vulnerable to the counter strike. Great transition shot. And Ramos, right place, right time. What a head ball by Pritchett to set that up. That is unselfish play. Coach Fiedler, I'm sure, loved to see that pass with the head ball. What could have been moment. What might be. Owls needed one more pass. Second time we've seen Robin get that ball out of his hands almost as quickly as he got it into his hands. The MO for this Knights team certainly built on the back of their defense. This is a defense-first club. They create so many offensive opportunities by being so quick with the transition. A lot of that starts with great defensive play at the midfield. And then, of course, the defensive line moving as a unit, being aggressive, pushing the field. Pritchett trying to get the right angle there. Great job, Jonathan Velasquez, Owls defender, number 17, using the body as a shield. Did not allow Pritchett a lane to that ball. Knights trying to create something there. What a shot, top corner, and that cookie's going to taste real good. My goodness, Ethan Hackenberg. One for his highlight reel. The cookies in the top shelf, I mean, they're always the sweetest. That one. What a goal. Sophomore midfielder with goal number 10 on the year. Congratulations to him. What a spectacular moment. And that one is an incidental handball. Accidental, I should say. Yeah, for someone who talks for a living, I tend to mix up my words. Working the ball. Before the Knights got that first goal of the game, the Owls had a good, what was it, maybe 2.5 minute run where the ball was in their offensive zone, couple of looks. The Owls maybe 3-4 times today in the early part of this first half have been one pass away from a really good look at the goal. Matters very little now that they're down 3, and all that started with a great heel flick on the far sideline. One move, ball played out in front of everybody, and it was a race, and the Knights are winning all races tonight. As we see some warm-up action on the far sideline. The Knights already getting very close to their season average of 5 goals per game. As the red sky has turned into black, and it is turned into a tough night for the Owls. At least it's starting to look like the beginnings of a tough night for the Owls. And of course, the numbers tell the story coming into today's contest. 3-3-4 on the year, where the Owls coming into today's game 10-2, and of course that nice number 4 next to the Knights' name. They don't give that out for free. Though that number 4, not as nice as the number 2 that was next to their name earlier this year. That loss at Mercer costing the Knights in the standings. I know no Knights fans want to hear this, but we are already closer to the end of the season than we are the beginning. This time of the year right now is when you want to see your team playing or starting to put together the pieces of their best game. Want to get hot now and roll that in to when it really matters. Oh, nice move. Get in the corner. Here's the pass. Will somebody finish? And no one will finish on that one because of a great recovery defensively by the Owls. Pritchett. He dipped the shoulder there and came around the corner like a veteran basketball player. Miss it on your screen at home if you're watching with us on YouTube, the home of the Knights. So one thing that you're going to see immediately when you look on the field is how much taller that number 28 jersey is than everyone else on the field. And that was a great tackle in the box. Great recovery to stick with it by Hackenberg, make it difficult. But what a tackle. That was beautiful defense. Now the through ball is all the way through onto the other side. Just talking about coming to a game here at the Castle and noticing that 28 jersey towering over everyone else. Another thing you'll notice here, you come to a game at the Castle, is Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square. Catering the games. Delicious chicken sandwiches on site here. Great action on the turf. Chick-fil-A in the stands. Got to come check out a game at some point this season. And if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I always love you see a team take the throw in like 5 yards past where the ball went out of bounds. Oh! Great recovery. Not out of the danger zone just yet. Look at the backspin on that ball. If he would have put a little less mustard on that, what could have been? That's the old, that'll count for 3 on Sunday, but nothing here this evening. Though we do, I'm sure, have some Thursday night football getting ready to go underway in the next hour or so. And us on this Thursday evening, live from the Castle on YouTube. Catch all the Knights home games all season long. CCBC Essex YouTube page. If you can't catch us on YouTube, follow the Essex Knights on Instagram and Twitter. Updates on the team all year long. And then you can never go wrong with the CCBC Essex Athletics website. Schedules, updates, articles, great photos. A team of workers here at the game. Always doing a great job. The action on the field slowed down here in the last 5 or 10 minutes in terms of goal scoring, but the offense is not slowed down for the Knights. Foot still very much on the gas pedal, hunting for goals. Digging for opportunities as we are a minute and change away from hitting the 25-minute mark. About to hit the later stages of this first half. It's been all Knights. I wouldn't say from the word go. The Owls certainly had a nice run there for about 2-3 minutes. But once the Knights found a way to get the lid off the goal, then it became all Knights. More of the same here, looking for a cross, finding it, but there's another deflection. Oh, the spin. Nothing doing with that second defender, though. Oh, what a throw-in! And a great job just to get a foot on it. It never stops amazing me how effortless some of these players make just getting a body on the ball. I mean, that's a tough angle to get something on that ball, period, but then to get it towards the goal, I mean, it's the pros make it look effortlessly perfect, but even here at this level, these boys out there, and the girls when they're out there as well, always impressive action here at the Castle. Speaking of girls, saw an update on the Instagram page earlier this week about the CCBC Essex Knights women's basketball team. Came out earlier this week. Check out the website. Oh my, wow! And finally, the Knights break through with a corner kick goal. We saw 3 or 4 corner kick goals last week when we saw the Knights this time. Took them a little bit longer to get started here. Floodgates are officially opened as it's now 4 straight unanswered goals here. 24 minutes left to go in the first half. Body language for the Owls says it all. Tough break here. The Knights have been the buzzsaw numerous times already this season. And it's coachable moments from here on out for the Owls. What will be the strategy as we head into the second half for Coach Fiedler's team? We saw Coach Fiedler go to almost an exclusive bench unit in the second half of last week's home game. And I'm sure there was some things that he saw that he was happy about, but I'm sure there was also quite a few things that he saw that he wasn't happy about. Some opportunities given, some fouls. Something to keep in mind as the story of this game continues to go in the favor of the Knights. Oh, man. His ball control, Kasuma. It's always something to marvel at. And there's the whistle. This is a tough break here for the Owls because this is going to be a free kick in a goal-scoring area. This is about just over 5 yards outside of the box. Oh, no, ref's going to back him up a little bit. So let's say about 10 yards outside of the box. You've got a 4-man wall set up right now for the Owls, with the 5th man shading over. Whistle, and here comes the kick. And that one's wide of the net. Could kind of see that one unfolding right off the foot. A little bit too much spin going in that direction. Had the height right. He's going for that top corner. Well, we've seen some spectacular offense already here in this first quarter. Or first half, excuse me. More of the same, and there's the whistle. A little late on that. But I don't get paid to talk about the refs. Moral of this story is it's free kick from pretty much the same spot, a little bit more towards in the middle of the field. So it's another go at it here for the Knights. Coachable moments continue here for the Owls. Yeah, 3 players in white jerseys standing around the ball. He causing a distraction. And I don't even think that'll count for 3 on Sunday. I think he missed the uprights on that one. Nothing doing on that free kick. 4-0 remains the score as we hit the 20-minute mark. Some other numbers to look at on that big board. 5 and 7. 5 corner kicks for the Knights. 7 shots on goal. 4 goals on 7 shots. You know, it's not just when you look at this Knights team, particularly the way they've played at home this year, it's not just the amount of goals they put up, but it's the efficiency in which they score those goals. And this is not the first time this year we've looked at that scoreboard and said 7 shots on goal, 4 goals, or had a number similar to that. Not just getting looks, but making the most of the looks that they're getting. As we see some substitutions check into the game for the Knights. With now under 20 minutes to play in the first half. And that ball played a little bit too far out in front. Knights had a winning streak going before they lost that game against Mercer last Saturday. Trying to start a new winning streak right now. Also trying to maybe potentially pitch their 6th shutout of the season. Little history between these two teams. CCBC won last year's meeting between these two programs. Last year, 11-0. Essex has won 2 of the last 3 games against the Owls. The Knights connecting passes, finding space, needing one more break, and they may get it, but it just won't come on that play. But this is another corner. Last one for him was a doozy. Picture perfect. Can they draw up another masterpiece? They're in the spot to do it, near sideline. Both hands up in the air. Oh, and it's saved by the man at the post. What a save by the Owls defense. And that's what your grandfather means when he says right time, right place. That's also what your mother means when she says half of a relationship is just being present. Because that play was right place, right time, and be present, ready to take the shot. He took that one off the chest or stomach area and saved the goal. And it may not all be created equal aesthetically. Oh! Great effort on both sides, and that is a missed opportunity. Ramos diving in for it right at Kasumo, who was trying to put a body on it. Ramos may have taken a little shot to the head there. Sometimes you play goalie, it's kill or be killed. Ramos and his defenders looking to live to see another day, live to see a second half that starts at 4-0, maybe 4-1. Their offense can come alive here in the late stages of this first half. Comeback hopes, not dead, certainly not dead, but not looking great given the way the offense has been performing for the Owls. Defense save there. Owali. That number 26 jersey's been there right in the middle of the action all afternoon for that defensive line. Matady Owali with a great effort between him and Ramos. I mean, what would this game look like if it wasn't for their effort collectively? Under 15 minutes to play now. Oh, that through ball. We got to check that ball for magnets. What a pass. What a control. And Ramos catches the cannonball. One step over. One pass. And one pass is all we'll see as Robin quick to come off the line. Another through ball. And the cross came, but the finish just out of reach. It'll stay here as that ball goes off the top of the head of a gentleman in a blue jersey. And the tough breaks, I should say, continue for the Owls. Oh, speaking of tough breaks, that could have been the toughest as that head ball went off the top of the head and right into the middle of the box. Luckily for the Owls, coaches, players, and fans, there was no white jersey there to finish this time. And a great fight for the ball. Oh, wow. What a pass. And the give and go. The give and go never came. Saw a few more passes, though, for the Knights, but stonewalled effort defensively for the Owls. But more of the same when it comes to the transition. The Owls have made more than a few plays defensively here today. And in different aspects. So we've seen some great saves. We've seen some great plays by the defensive line. We've seen some good plays by the midfield. Just not being able to turn those defensive moments and gems into offensive opportunities. We've seen 3 or 4 blink and you missed it transition moments from the Knights. Haven't really seen any of that here from the Owls. Of course, a lot of that has to do with something we talked about earlier, and that's the great defensive midfield play from Coach Fiedler's Knights team. So part of that has to do with maybe missing a few opportunities. Looking to go for the home run or the long through ball a little bit too much. Trying to go too much quick strike, because you will see some quick strike from the Knights, but what you'll see a lot more of from the Knights is what you're seeing right here in this, just taking what the defense gives them, connecting passes. And though as soon as I say that, they have a turnover in a bad spot. But there's no rule that says you have to get the ball from your defensive zone into the offensive zone in X amount of time. And this isn't basketball. This isn't lacrosse. Take what the defense gives you. Connect passes. Wait for them. Build so many opportunities for themselves just by being patient. There's no shot clock in this game. Boxers sometimes say they don't get paid by the hour. And talking about looking for knockouts or going for knockouts. There's elements of that in this game as well. You're not getting paid for the dramatic. You don't get style points. At the end of the day, it's just the team that scores the most goals goes home with the W. More times than not, again this year, that has been the Knights. Coach Fiedler putting together another winning squad this year. How far will the winning go? What an effort. And that's bouncing around one more, and there will be a fifth goal here in the first half. And that took one too many bounces. You had to know it was going to find the back of the net sooner than later. And the nightmare first half continues. Oh, it may get worse. Here's a quick transition. Knights looking. Oh, we got a great fight for the ball, and again, a sight we've seen a few times. Owali, last line of defense tackle. Gives the Owls defense a chance to regroup. What a head ball. Not out of the danger zone just yet. Owls looking to clear. Carrying. Ethan Stewart right there in the middle of the action. What an effort on that head ball that we saw just a moment ago in the box. Great athleticism on display. I believe from number 13, Gabriel Tello Pera. Oh, the stiff arm. The pass. Shot. Ooh. Just wide and a whistle. It'll be a corner. Big Mike Ondacombi, I think it was, on that far sideline. The ball on his foot. I said stiff arm. He had a defender bounce right off of him. It was good defense until it wasn't. One of the impressive things you see if you watch that number 3 jersey play when the Knights are on the turf, for a player who plays as quick and as fast as Ethan Stewart does, he never really seems to be out of position. He also never seems to be caught in a spot where he's doing too much. Sometimes as a defender, you're pursuing the ball and maybe you come in a little bit too hot or you come in at the wrong angle and you set the offensive player up for an opportunity to counter strike. You being overly aggressive. Something you just don't see very often from Stewart. Talked about moments ago, right time, right place. That number 3 jersey, almost always right time, right place. And asking, you shall receive. He made that whole exchange difficult. Owls still looking for their first goal. Trying to put a happy note on the end of this nightmare first half. Could this be the last run we see for their offense in the first half? They're running out of time in this first 45 as we've played a full 40 minutes now. We are at the 5-minute mark. And 5 is the big number on the board for the Knights. 5-0 is their lead right now. Will that be their lead as we go into halftime? You have to stick around with me and find out. Also going to have to stick around with me and find out what the second half is going to have in store for us. We see Coach Fiedler stick with the starters. I've already seen Coach Fiedler go to the bench unit heavy here in this first half. Substitutions coming in quick and plenty. The other side of that coin, though, is what do we see from the Owls in terms of second half adjustments? Is there something this coaching staff has seen that they think they can tweak a little bit? Get this game to a spot where it's maybe a little bit more manageable? It's looking like a nightmare right now, but sometimes you wake up from nightmares. Sometimes nightmares turn to dreams. It is spooky season, or at least it will be starting tomorrow. Though if you ask my roommate, she'd tell you it's spooky season all the time. You got bodies flying all over the turf. The action may be coming to an end here in the first half, but the physicality is only beginning. Yeah, just over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. Do the Knights have one more goal in them? Good effort. Again, how many times have we seen that in the first half? The Owls looking for that long pass, looking for that through ball. Knights defense is there, and then the ball's just right back into the offensive zone for the Knights. I mean, that ball is like a boomerang today for the Owls defense. As quickly as they can get it out of their defensive zone is as quickly as the Knights putting it right back. As we approach 90 seconds to play in the first half, I want to take this opportunity to thank you all at home once again for joining us on this Thursday evening. Thanks for joining us all season long. It's been such a fun start to the year. We've seen so many great games and great goals. Maybe another one there. Though the Owls defense came in at the last second. Shut the door for now. As I was saying, great games, great goals, and it's been so fun experiencing all that with you guys at home. Hope you can join us for the rest of this season. As this soccer season, if the start is anything like the finish, or if the finish is anything like the start, I should say, it's going to be a doozy. And you're not going to want to miss it. What an effort. And he played that from the backside. That's got to be dangerous. And he was offsides. Knights tried to catch him napping, but it wouldn't have mattered much. I think that will be the last hoorah we see in the first half. As the clock now says 10 seconds left. And the Knights defense, no surprise, in position to shut the door on that last-minute attack for the Owls. 5-0 is the score at the end of 45. What will be the score at the end of the second 45? You're going to have to stick around with me and find in the middle of starting a new winning streak. And the action already underway as we return to the castle here for the second 45 of this Thursday under the lights matchup. The 10-2 number 4 ranked Knights taking on the 3-4 Prince George's Community College Fighting Owls. 5-0 at the end of the first 45. What will be the score at the end of the second 45? Will the Knights find a few more goals? They almost found number 6 right there. That one was just wide of the net. Ramos steady the beating heart as he went full extension. So will the Knights find a few more goals here in the second half? Will they continue to pitch the shutout? If they do, it'll be their 6th of the year. Knights also looking to push it to 4-0 at home this season. But I think what Coach Fiedler cares most about is starting a brand new winning streak. Knights currently on a 1-game winning streak, looking to push it to 2. Some more numbers on this Knights team coming into today's game. 71 goals on 293 shots this year. 161 of those 293 shots were on goal this year. The numbers game for the Knights, really, no matter how you look at it, so spectacular. And it's funny, you hear or you read those offensive numbers and you think, well, this is an offensive juggernaut team. And they've got some firepower for sure, not taking anything away from them. But the more and more you watch them, the more and more you see that it all starts with the defense. Particularly in that middle portion of the field. As we see it at the midfield, right at the midfield there. Starting lineup still in the game here for the Knights to start this second half. And I don't think that's much of a surprise. Do think we'll see Coach Fiedler go to the bench unit at some point. Given where the Knights are in their season, right now is when you want to be playing your best ball. You want to put your best foot forward right now. Get hot. Have good team chemistry. In these games like this can be where you build that momentum. Obviously, you're building that momentum all season long, but when you're having games like this where you have a mandate from the coaching staff that says, look, we're looking for goals, but I want to see, X amount of passes, or I want to see an emphasis on this before we're looking for goals. This could be moments where you figure out different things that you can work on offensively, different give-and-go combinations, passing arrangements. The Knights have done a good job of connecting passes as we see a nice ball there. Five minutes into the second half. Somewhat of a slow start. Two teams almost feeling each other out as if this is the first half. Maybe some adjustments. Maybe a slower pace from the Knights. You say that, and we see a great ball in towards the middle that Pritchett got a heel on it, but he was a little bit too far out in front. Couldn't do anything with it, really. I'm sure he was kind of just hoping it deflected off of his foot and either went towards a teammate or stayed close enough towards him to where he can get a second go at it. Couple of good passes on display here for the Knights. The best one being right there. Kasuma, one move around. And what an effort defensively to stay with it. Initially beat, but then came back around for the second effort. And if that's not a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Effort gets you mighty far in life, and it got possession for the Owls, if only for a moment. Here come the Knights, right back on the merry-go-round. And that ball is deflected and goes right into a blue jersey who gives it right back to a white jersey. And we are playing hot potato here. Still searching for the first goal of the second half. The Knights look like they're picking up their pace here a little bit. What a give and go! One more move. And that move never came. The angle completely shut down by the Owls defense. Must be given on that give and go we saw on that far sideline. That was picture perfect. Give it up, give it right back. Boys and girls at home, that's just how you draw it up. Space on this near sideline and then get one more pass. And that pass did come, but just maybe half a second too late. Knights had enough time to regroup. Made it difficult. Eventually won possession. Couldn't hold on to it, though. As now it's right back on the merry-go-round for the Owls. Approaching 10 minutes played in this second half, and that could be a costly turnover. Hackenberg swinging a big stick tonight. Couple of nice plays. What a pass! Better save! Here comes the second effort. The third off the post! And they say it hit the yellow post. That'll be a goal kick, and what an effort on both sides. Wow. And we'll take a break as there's an injury on the field. Everybody will take a seat and try and steady the beating heart. The action nonstop here in half number 2. Short break as the player was quick to get back on his feet. And effort gets you mighty far in life. Kasuma Ishizuka with a great effort trying to split the defense, but he was made into a sandwich for his efforts. Oh, man, what a two-man game. Effortless passing here from the Knights. The shot, whoa, my! And put that together because that was beautiful team soccer. I mean, what you saw, 5 or 6 just great passes, all leading to the Knights switching fields, moving the ball up, and an easy look at the net for Ishizuka for the game's 6th goal, first of the second half. talk to the big boss in the athletic department here in between quarters or halves, Greg Whitcup talked about this being the part of the season where you want to start really building that momentum. And plays like that, I mean, if that doesn't build momentum, not just here in this game, but moving forward in the season, you have a play like that where everyone's touching the ball, everyone's moving in unison. And they talk about that in basketball a lot when you got a really great point guard, as we see Hackenberg finish off an easy one there for goal number 7. When you got a great point guard out there who's distributing the ball, everyone's touching, everyone's scoring, everyone's making plays, you play with an extra pep in your step. You go for that rebound a little bit harder, offensive and defensive. You go in for that screen or that loose ball a little bit harder. And the same is true here in this sport as well. When everyone's touching the ball, when everyone's moving in unison, when you're playing as a team, Al Pacino, any given Sunday, you look to the man to your right, you're going to see a guy who's going to go that extra inch because he knows at the end of the day, you do the same for him. It's a 6 inches in front of your face. Any given Sunday, classic football movie. For you old school film heads out there. And the movie has been a horror film for the Owls tonight. A slasher type movie, as they have been sliced and diced here at the Castle by a team that is 34 minutes away from moving to 11-2 on the year and 4-0 at home, and maybe picking up shutout number 6 if the scoreboard looks the same when we hit triple zeros. That's then, this is now, and the Knights would love to continue their shutout, but I'm sure they'd also love another goal or two, as we see now a large group of players on the far sideline warming up over by the Knights bench. Probably see a big group substitution in the next 5-10 minutes, which means that Coach Fiedler will let this starting unit play about half of this second half, as we saw a beauty there almost develop and ends up being a what could have been moment. Knights can afford to miss a few with the score looking the way it does right now. Talked about coachable moments in the first half and how a lot of the moments from here on out of this game for the Owls, that's what they're going to be. They're going to be coachable moments. How do you respond to adversity? Do you continue to play with your head up? Do you continue to play hard? Do you continue to play in control? One of the things I'm always impressed with when you have games like this is teams that can avoid playing with too much emotion. And what I mean by that is when you have a game like this, it's easy to maybe have 2-3 frustration fouls in the later stages of a game where you go in for a tackle a little bit too hard or maybe too sloppy. We haven't seen that just yet here from the Owls, and no indication that we'll see that. Coachable moments here in this game, and the Owls doing a good job of playing within themselves. Teams understand, as we see a good punch there from Scholes. people or teams, excuse me, understand what it is when they come here to the Castle. They know it's going to be a tough matchup. Like I said earlier, they don't give that number 4 next to the Knights' name away for nothing. You got to earn that. The Owls knew what they were in for when they came in, and the Knights have been a buzzsaw a few times already this year, and they'll probably be a buzzsaw at least once or twice more for a few more teams at some point this year as well. As we see a great run materialize there for the Knights. Let's see if they can manifest themselves a corner kick goal here. As we approach 30 minutes left in this contest. Good corner up in the air. No one had a good head on it, though. Or a good look at it, I should say. Whoo! That could have took somebody's head off. A lot of power on that shot. Too high, though. And we have now hit that 30-minute mark. Two goals put on the board for the Knights in this second half. Kasuma gets taken off the ball, but a whistle. And this is a great goal scoring opportunity. Ref has him backed up about 5 yards further than I was expecting. No one was expecting that. Owls regrouped, though, just in the nick of time. Oh, there's a nice move to get around one defender, but that second defender, well, he just came right out of He just came out of nowhere, didn't he? Oh, what a pass. Shot, and that may have been deflected. At least that's what he'd like us to believe. Doesn't look like it was. Missed it with the left foot. I believe that was Big Mike Ondekambi. Starting to feel more and more like fall. Kids getting used to being back at school and the summer being over. The days are certainly getting shorter. The games are getting more and more meaningful. Talked about in the first half, seeing those updates about the Knights women's basketball team here at CCBC Essex and them going through some early preseason training. Gonna have pretty much a brand new squad. The Knights women's basketball team had the 2 leading scorers in the nation at this level. Both move on to 4-year schools. A great effort, but we do eventually see a change of possession. Owls take over. Looking, and ended up going wide right. Sorry, Bills fans. Couple of seconds away from that 25-minute mark. And this second half going pretty much almost exactly as I expected it to. Still seen some offense for the Knights, but we've also seen them slow down the pace a little bit, play what I like to call an aggressive brand of keep away. I mean, they're still looking to push the pace and look for goals, look to push the ball up the field, as we see right here. Oh, around, and the net is open, and it doesn't get much easier than that. Logan Jakarick. He's like a jack in the box off the bench. Comes in, gets wound up, pops out, makes a play, goes right back about his business. The aggressive game of keep away in this second half continues. We are now into the later stages of this contest. And there's some contact off the ball there. It's probably going to go against the Knights. They initiated that contact, but that was really just two players going hard for the ball and little body contact. Certainly a foul, but nothing vicious there, because we haven't seen any of that on either side. This has been a good, hard-fought game, and just wide of the net. Scholes was going down to one knee, expecting that to roll safely towards him, and then out of nowhere, blue jersey came around, tried to make a little magic, and magic is one-sided here tonight so far, as we see those substitutions continue to check into the game for the Knights. Just on quick glance, it looks like that's all she wrote for the starting lineup for the most part. Almost completely checked out of this one, and that is dangerous. And talked about just a moment ago the aggressive brand of keep away the Knights were playing. As we see more and more players check into the game, getting some action, I think that'll change as you start seeing players looking for goal that just aren't going to get those same opportunities later in the season. And the nice thing about games like this at this level is you'll see some players who are freshmen who, you know, probably in reality aren't going to be big-time contributors to this year's team, but they will be to next year's team. And you'll see little flashes and little moments in games like this of what's to come next year when they stick with the program. And that was a great defensive effort. Stonewalled Eric Sandoval, one of those freshmen that we've seen make a couple of nice plays in relief appearances this year. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had a goal in the last game, or last home game, I should say. Defense not fooled there by the Knights. Oh, my. Here's an opportunity. A lot of space. And there was space for a moment. And then there wasn't. And Ramos to save with the leg. He'll have to do it again, though, as it's played right back into the box. This one takes a lucky bounce for him. Nobody had the timing right on that head ball. That looked like me going for a fly ball playing Little League. I got it. I'm nowhere near it. My bad. Through ball never found its way through. Knights looking to go defense to offense quickly and with urgency. Jackerick trying to thread the needle with that pass. Here's an opportunity. Space in towards the middle. And that'll count for 3 on Sunday, but nothing here. And there, again, there was space there for a moment. That was a good pass initially. But as quickly as the pass got there was as quickly as the Knights defense regrouped and got back into position. Still pitching that shutout here. Looking for their 4th victory at home, 11th on the year, and 6th shutout. That is incredible when you think about that. 11 victories potentially on the year, 6 of them by way of the shutout. That's then. This is now. Still work to be done, though. 20 minutes left. Jackerick around 1, a second, a third. Finally gives it up. Knights have switched fields looking for the cross. And that ball hit a hand. Accidental, they say. Of course, obviously. I mean, it was bouncing around. Certainly. Not on purpose. Owls may have caught a break there. Gavin Green came in a little bit too strong, says the man with the zebra stripes. Good backspin on that ball. Words of my bad exchanged between Caleb Marcani and his goalkeeper. Caleb, bright idea, try to play that with the head so his keeper can catch it. The execution on the location, though, we'll work on that later. No need to work on that. Jackerick. And then the backhead. What a move. Oh, what a move! Right up his backside. Here's the breakaway. The pass. Shot. What a save by Ramos. What an effort on both sides. And Christian Marquez will pick his heart up off the floor. He knew that he had the game's best assist. Ramos once again. But what a move by Marquez. One quick step over, and he ran right up the backside of that defender. Whew. Allen Iverson type move there. But then again, you know, Allen did it with his hands, and it's a lot easier when you use those thumbs. And offsides was the flag up in the air before that slide tackle. That's one of the things. I mean, if you're a fan of this game, I know that you have a great understanding and appreciation for tremendous foot skills and ball control. But if you're just a casual observer of soccer, I don't think that people understand just how difficult it is to have that ball on your foot on a string the way that the basketball players do. I mean, dribbling skills in this game is equally as impressive, maybe even more impressive, because like I said, you got a thumb on your hand. It's a little extra control on that ball. It may have been the statement of the day. You got a thumb on your hand. Wow, way to go, Captain Obvious. They teach you that in college? You got a thumb on your hand. Wow. We're having fun here. Late night on YouTube, live here from the castle. It's moments like this. I'm glad the comments are turned off on these videos. Though at some point, somebody always does come up to me after the game. Usually nice things to say, which I always appreciate. Fans here at the castle appreciate all the work that everyone in the athletic department does. Bringing the games to you live on YouTube. Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square here in the stands. Merch table usually set up as well, selling t-shirts, sweatshirts, and sweatpants. Got to come out to a game here at the castle at some point. Oh, what an effort to stay with it. Not out of the danger zone just yet. What a tackle! Last line of defense saving play there. And the Owls were loading up the big gun to go for goal number 1. And a goal-saving slide tackle, maybe. Owls looking to do it all over again. And that one hits the post in the net, behind the net. Believe the cross-country team here at CCBC Essex is going through some late game or late day practices behind us on the fields behind the turf. It's one of the things I always love about coming to games here at the castle and being a part of this family here at CCBC Essex. It really is a family affair. You come here to the game, you're always going to see some players from other teams working the games, whether the ball runners here on the soccer game, on the soccer fields. I remember back in the day, you'd have some baseball players working the flags for volleyball games. I mean, it's very much a family affair here at Essex, and that is very much going to be another corner kick for the Knights. We are approaching 10 minutes left to play in this contest. Knights near sideline. What a save, and man, oh man, is it tough to get beat on a play like that after you make a point-blank save, reactionary move. I talked about it earlier on a play that was great and then it wasn't. Sometimes it's just a metaphor for life. Right place, wrong time. Right place, right time. One man's trash is another man's treasure. All these things, all these sayings, they exist for a reason because they're true. That was a great save until it wasn't. That was a tough break until it wasn't. And it has been one of those days for the Owls. The Owls are the 11th team this year to run into this Knights buzzsaw. As the Knights are 11 minutes away from securing their 11th victory of the year. The only thing that's up in the air now at this point is, will it be a 6th shutout of the year for the Knights? Owls still looking, still trying. The Knights defense, though, still suffocating. Oh, what a through ball on the far sideline, excuse me. And Ramos dives to his right to make the save. We saw just 2 back-to-back amazing passes on that run there for the Knights. That through ball, and then the pass afterwards, cutting in towards the middle. We are seeing some players here tonight add to their highlight reels. What I like to call sponsor me tapes, really. Because the reality of playing at this level is you got a lot of players out there who are playing for their next opportunity. They're playing for this opportunity for sure. It's not lost on them the great opportunity that's in front of them right now to play for this team right here, right now. But also you got a lot of players who are thinking about where they're going to be playing after this. Players out there thinking about what 4-year schools could become available to them. You have these amazing plays in a game. You better believe it's going to find its way onto somebody's Instagram page or YouTube page, or it's going to find its way onto somebody's sponsor me tape. Oh. Nice move. Turning the corner, and they'll go back to the corner. Under 9 minutes to play, and it's another corner here for the Knights. They elect to go for the short one. Oh, a save by the defense this time with the head. And that will draw the whistle. Frustration foul. It may be a good foul to give up, though. Because if Gavin Green turns the corner, he probably gets a good look at the net. At least this time, or this way, the Owls have a chance to regroup defensively. 3-man wall set up. We've seen a couple opportunities very similar to this already in the game for the Knights. Best effort yet so far right there. What a save! Check that man's glove for super glue. What a save by Ramos. Mama, there goes that man. Wow. Aren't you glad you stuck with us till the end? What a play. Daniel Villatoro Ramos dove out, put the hand down low. Any goalie will tell you those low shots like that are always tough because those are the bouncers. He picked that ball right up off the turf. Like a Gold Glove first baseman. Talking Keith Hernandez style. Corner kick. Another good one. 3 blue jerseys there. Somebody got a body on it. And now we're playing hot potato with the head ball. Turn and shoot. And that was deflected, and that took a lucky bounce. Five minutes and some change is all that separates these two teams from the final whistle. And usually at halftime in games like this, I like to say we got two teams looking forward to halftime for two very different reasons. At this point, I think we've got two teams looking forward to the end of this game for the exact same reason. They just want this one to be over with. Move on with the night. Chick-fil-A sandwiches on deck, I'm sure, for both teams. Thanks again to our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square for keeping everybody fed here at the Castle. Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square in the stands and great action on the turf. Check out the CCBC Essex website for the schedule and figure out when you can come out to a game at some point this season. It's back on the road for the Knights after this, but we'll give you updates when we get towards the end of the game, or when we get at the end of the game, excuse me, on the next time you can come check out a game here at the Castle. We see the action slow down there, or slow down here for a moment. The Owls, well, I'd like to say they had a little bit of something that ended up being a whole lot of nothing, but it's really kind of just been a whole lot of nothing from the word go for them, at least offensively. Now, defensively, we have seen a great effort from the Owls, and I know that sounds silly. 17 shots on goal, 9 goals scored total here in the game for the Knights. And you're telling me it's a great defensive effort by the other team? Well, if you've been with us from the word go, again, you know that it has been a great defensive effort. We've seen some really good plays from this Owls defense, and without those plays, this game could be looking closer to 15-0. No Owls player, coach, or fan wants to look at it this way right now, but the reality of today is could have been a lot worse. That's where I talk about those coachable moments. The Owls have stepped up, particularly here in this second half, answered the bell on those coachable moments. Oh, man, what a pass. What a pass. He's offsides. Flags in the air. That sideline judge, he was quick on it. Took the main up a minute or two. 120 ticks is all that is left on that big board. Is that the last hoorah for the Knights offense? I don't think he meant to do it like that, but it worked out nicely. Abner Wasserstein. The good display of footwork, better display of passing here from the Knights, and he's right on his backside there, and that'll be a foul right outside of the box. Under 90 seconds to play now, and this will probably be the last hoorah for the Knights offense. Next time you can catch the Knights will be this time next week, Thursday, October 6th, 7 o'clock versus Anne Arundel Community College. That game was originally scheduled to be a doubleheader, but will now just be a solo adventure for the men's team, as the women's game will be postponed to a later date. And check out that CCBC Essex website, for updates on when that game will be rescheduled. So here's the free kick. Word on that right now is it actually will be the following Thursday. So next Thursday you get men's action at 7, and then the next Thursday after that you'll get that women's game against Anne Arundel. The moral of the story is the action is not stopping here at the Castle this season, though it is stopping here tonight. The final score in this one, 9-0. The Knights have moved to 11-2 on the season, 4-0 at home, and they have their 6th shutout of the year. Congratulations to Coach Fiedler and the squad on another successful defense of the home turf. 9 goals put up on 18 shots on goal. What an offensive display, and what a display overall by the number 4 ranked Knights team. We'll catch you next Thursday live here from the Castle again. October 6th, 7 o'clock, the Knights take on the Anne Arundel Community College Riverhawks. Until then, enjoy your weekend. I'm Aaron Thomas. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.